Hey everyone, it's Jeremy again, and I am back for a video. Yes, another one. Just a couple of days ago I did my Fault in Our Stars book review, so I'm very happy to be back again, because I loved this book and I am very excited to talk to you guys about it. And the book I'm going to review for you today is going to be on City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare, and this is the 5th installment of her Mortal Instruments series, which is my favorite series to date, and will forever be, most likely, but I'm very excited. And let me just start by saying I love this cover, and that is the spine and the back, and these are the other first 4 books in the series, and this is her other series, The Infernal Devices, which all 3 books are out as well, and I do own them, so I'm very excited to get to not just continue that series, but as well as finish it. So like always, I do in book reviews, I'm going to read you the inside synopsis, and it is quite lengthy, so please do try to stay with me on it, and or try to be patient with me on it, and I hope you enjoy. Lord. Okay. The demon Lilith has been destroyed and Jace freed from captivity, but when the Shadowhunters arrive, they only find blood and broken glass. Not only the boy Clary loves missing, so is the boy she hates, her brother Sebastian, who is determined to bring the Shadowhunters to their knees. The Glaive's magic cannot locate either boy, but Jace can't stay away from Clary. When they meet again, Clary discovers the horror Lilith's magic has brought. Jace and Sebastian are now bound to each other, and Jace has become a servant of evil. The Glaive is determined to destroy Sebastian, but there is no way to harm one boy without destroying the other. Only a few people believe that Jace can still be saved. Together, Alec, Magnus, Simon, and Isabel bargain with the sinister Sealy Queen, contemplate deals with demons, and turn at last the merciless weapon-making Iron Sisters, who might be able to forge a weapon that can sever the bond between Sebastian and Jace. If the Iron Sisters can't help, their only hope is to challenge heaven and hell, a risk that can claim their lives. And they must do it without Clary, for Clary is playing a dangerous game idly alone. The price of losing is not just her own life, but Jace's soul. She's willing to do anything for Jace, but can she still trust him, or is he truly lost? What price is too high to pay, even for love? Sorry if I stumbled and mixed up many things in that. I'm so sorry about that. But as I said before, this is the 5th installment of Cassandra Clare's Mortal Instruments series, and I have been waiting about 8 months to read this book. I read City of Fallen Angels last year, around August, I think, and it was one of my favorite books in the series, and this book is definitely a very, very good book as well. So I'm just gonna go straight in and let's get on with this review. Okay. Basically, as many of Cassandra Clare's works go, this book picks up almost immediately from where City of Fallen Angels ends, which left on a huge cliffhanger, which is so not cool, Cassandra. But I was very happy that it did pick up right immediately, because I don't have to find out what the situation is. I don't have to worry about what's been going on. It picks up immediately after the end of book 4, which I really liked. Basically, they go to basically the roof of the Institute, which is where Jace and Sebastian once were at the end of the 4th book, and they are missing. They only find what the synopsis said is blood and broken glass, which is true. And so they're trying to find out where they are, because they go and they also find that Sebastian's body is missing, which means he's back now. He is back from life, he's back from death. Lilith's magic has brought him back. It is not cool by any which way. And basically, this is a very thick book. It definitely took me a few days to really sit down and really take this seriously, because it is a very big read. But once I really got into it, I think it took me about 100 pages to really get solely into this book. Not that it was bad, but I really can't say a whole lot about this book because it gives away major spoilers, so this is going to be a little bit of a different review for me. But there's so many stories going on in this book, and I mean so many stories are going on in this book. Clary is actually off on a crusade of her own. She is actually with she's actually with Sebastian and Jace, which is kind of terrifying to me. I was like, what's gonna freaking happen in this? But it actually did, and that's how it went. And and Magnus, and he's with trying to find Jace and trying to find Clary, and then Alec is kind of obsessing over over Magnus's immortality, and that kind of gets in their relationship a bit and kind of pulls a few strings towards the end of the book, which is really heartbreaking. And then Simon and Isabel finally kind of get a lot closer to boyfriend and girlfriend kind of situations in that. Another relationship that I really liked, they got to be a little bit more developed in this story, in this book, is the relationship of Maya and Jordan, which are friends of the group, of Clary and the gang, I should say. And I really, really like that as well. This is a very heavy book, sorry. But I felt as I was reading, a lot of our characters' relationships and our characters in general were tested a lot throughout this book. Things that happen are really kind of brought a lot of things to light, and really discoveries were introduced, shocking revelations were met, and this book is just an amazing addition to the series. I am so very happy with this book. I enjoyed reading it, even though this book is really large. This is definitely my new favorite book in the series, just because really this is just the things that happen. Clary, really the kick-ass shadow hunter Clary Frey, it really started coming out in this book, where she really started fighting the demons and really get into the nitty-gritty situations that she found herself in, which I loved a lot. And a lot of Clary's choices are very, very honest to God's choices. I really respected the choices that she made in this book. Her choice to join Jace and Sebastian was was a choice that I really respected. It was a choice that she wanted to save Jace from Sebastian, try to remove this bond, to try to find out what Sebastian is planning, what his plans for the Shadow Hunters are, what his plans are to do, so they can try to figure out a way to stop him and destroy him and make sure he's safe, and to try to fix this problem that they have found themselves in. I really enjoyed this entire book. It was really, really enjoyable. Excuse me. Another thing that I found in this book is there are a lot of character jumping in this book. As with the fourth book, most of the book, or the majority of the book, is in Simon's perspective, really. And essentially, it is in everybody. It goes into Alec, it goes into Isabel, it goes into Simon, it goes into Clary, it goes into Sebastian a few times, it goes into Jocelyn, it goes into Luke. Every character in this entire book has something. Jordan, it even goes into Jordan and Maya's story for quite a few pages as well. So there's a lot of character jumping, and if you don't really like character jumping, then you're not going to really like this series very much, because that happens a lot. But I do recommend this book, as well as the entire Mortal Instruments and Infernal Devices, to everybody. It is such an amazing series, and I am thoroughly dying for the that was my phone, if you guys were wondering what that noise was. But we're going to start with this cover. As you guys can see, this is a very dark themed cover. But that is also because the overall theme of this book is quite dark indeed. It is very, very dark compared to the other four. But I absolutely love this cover. I love Clary in that beautiful red dress that really matches her hair, and there's Jace, and I just love it. And as I said, this is a very thick read. How big is this one? This book is 534 pages, so it's not as long as City of Glass, but it is still a pretty hefty book itself. The ending of this book kind of flew me for a loop. I wasn't expecting the very ending. It's I can't even pronounce the word, but I'll do my best. And it says, Ikrajime. It said, "I am coming." If you guys have read this book, you'll know what I mean. And if you haven't read this book, you're going to be completely lost. But it's not spoiler, so don't worry. It's not even explained what that is, or even what it means. I guess you could call this book kind of left on a cliffhanger, but I like to think of it. Oh, let's move it to the side. It kind of left more on an interesting note than anything else. So that's just my viewing of things. It kind of left more of a interesting note than it did a cliffhanger, in my experience anyway. So I do recommend City of Lost Souls for everybody. If you didn't really like the fourth book, I do recommend you to at least continue with this one, because I promise you you're gonna love this one more. That's all I can say. If you love City of Fallen Angels, I promise you that you're gonna love this book. If you didn't like City of Fallen Angels, I promise you're gonna like this book. You really can't. It kind of just goes either way. You're just really gonna really enjoy this book. I gave this book, of course, a 5 stars. I absolutely enjoyed it, and I am absolutely dying for City of Heavenly Fire right now. And I really enjoyed every aspect of this book. But a few things that I did notice. We don't get a lot of Luke in this book. We also don't get a lot of Jocelyn in this book either. So it's kind of sad that we didn't get them a lot, but hopefully we'll get them a lot more in the next book. So this is my review of City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare, Book 5, and I really hope you enjoyed this review. I hope I said something in this review that makes you want to either pick up this book and the Mortal Instruments. And until next time, I will see you guys in my next review, which I have no idea what will be. It'll just depend on my mood. But I will see you guys in my next video, and until next time, I hope you guys have a great day and happy rating.